and normally it takes me an absolute age to get this set up properly. So rather make you actually sit there and watch it all and end up having to do the wee fast forward, I'm just going to do a quick wee magic trick. Well, hello there folks, welcome back to the channel. Super excited. First hot tent of the actual winter, so really good. Was not expecting this much snow, so absolutely spoiled rotten, so really looking forward to it. It's cold, -1 at the moment. It's meant to be getting down to about -4 degrees Celsius. I'll pop that in Fahrenheit down the bottom corner. So this is the Onetigris Iron Wall hot tent. So going to be doing an actual hot tent session. So I've got the Outbacker Firebox Stove with me as well. So I'm just about to get the stove actually set up and the jack in, etc. And then it's going to be a case of actually put the bedding in. So once I've actually got everything all set up, I'll actually show you all the setup that I've got, what equipment I'm going to be using. And then it's going to be a case of getting some wood prep for the actual fire later. Got a lovely pizza I'm going to make later on as well, so really looking forward to dinner. I've not had any lunch, so I'm absolutely starving. So let's get cracking. Perfect. Okay, so that's the stove setup. So just from the point of view of my sleep system for tonight, so I've got the Rabascent 700 sleeping bag, which is more of a 3-season, more than anything else. But what I'm sort of using with it as well is the reactor. So it's a Sea to Summit Thermalite fabric reactor. So just going to try it out more than anything else, because I'm not going to have the stove on all the time, because it's although it's going to be -2, -3 sort of idea, I should be okay, but I'm wanting to test this out more than anything, just to sort of see again if I am going to be doing some sort of summit camping. Now I've just bought myself a new wee pillow. So again, Sea to Summit one. So this is the Eros Premium Regular, so I'm going to be giving that a wee try out tonight as well, so really looking forward to it. And then I've got my German wool blanket down, and then I've just got the Thermarest actually sleep mat. So I'm going to be plenty warm more than anything, so I mean I'm really looking forward to a good night's sleep. So that's going to be really nice, actually. Try and have a bit of a long line before breakfast tomorrow morning. So going to get some of this set up just now, obviously not unrolling the sleeping bag quite yet, but going to get some of this set up, and then it's going to be a case of a bit of wood prep. So one other thing I forgot to mention as well, one of the most important things when you are away hot tenting, so it's a carbon monoxide alarm, so I've got that sort of set up as well, batteries in, everything's all good to go. fully tested. So hopefully I'm not going to hear this tonight, but it's always better to hear it just in case there is any form of issues at all. But again, it comes down to obviously the connection with the stove. So it's a really good connection. So really shouldn't have any problem at all. But I just wanted to mention it. Very, very, very important. If you are hot tenting, just make sure you've got a carbon monoxide alarm. Just going to use one of them, make life nice and easy. How good does that look? We're just going to let that cook away for a wee bit, and then the plan is just put another pan on top to create the sort of oven effect. But I'm just going to let the bottom crisp up a wee bit. Alright, let's give this a try. Wow, that was really nice. What I need is a beer, not coffee. Initially I thought I hadn't cooked properly. I don't know if it's focusing, but it has. So nice. So I'm just going to sit here, eat this, have a quick wee coffee, and I have actually got beers at the actual van, so I need to go and get them. Okay, see you in a wee minute. I have to say, there's just so much room in here. It's huge. They could be doing with a hanger for a tent light. That might be handy. So what can I say, this is one of my favourite parts of the actual evening itself. Just sort of sitting there, nice wee fire going. I'm using the Uco fire pit as opposed to actually firing directly onto the actual ground itself. So again, I know the weather's obviously the weather, but still just be overly cautious. But really nice, really warm. The actual tent itself is lovely, but it's just nice actually being able to sit outside and actually feel the cold air when you do sort of move away from the actual fire itself. So gonna crack open a beer and chill, then head into the actual shelter itself. Now it's only 5 o'clock. That's one of the things you do find when you're doing these sort of things. It's 5 o'clock and you've got really until sort of 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So there's not an awful lot to actually do. But as I said, barring any incident, I'll see you in the morning. Well, what can I say? Absolutely roasting in here. Lovely. So just sort of relaxing, but there's a huge amount of deer outside. So I've been trying to sort of catch them in the audio. But they're obviously hearing me or smelling me and all that thing. So obviously smelling the fire and that. Because they're squeaking like mad. If I can catch them, I'll get them on the audio. I said, if not, I'll see you in the morning. Sweet dreams. I did actually end up putting the sleeping bag liner inside the bag itself. It just got a bit cold at about sort of 3 o'clock. As soon as I put the actual liner inside, it was perfectly okay again. But woke up to a gorgeous morning, really, really nice. Stored quite a lot last night. It was brilliant because I was lying in the actual sleeping bag and all I was hearing was the actual snowflakes landing on the outer the tent itself. So it was really, really nice. So just going to get the wood burning stove on, get some breakfast on in a wee while, and then I want to go for a wee wander. Okay, so see you in a wee minute. know if you can hear the actual wood burner. It's just a lovely noise. I had that pretty much all night last night. It was just really nice. A well-earned coffee. So basically, I let the fire sort of die down. It must have been maybe about 1 o'clock in the morning, and then just sort of hunkered down in the actual tent itself. But as I said, it was really nice. Didn't get cold until later. But the wood, so basically I've not actually come into the woodland and actually cut that wood. I actually had some wood over at one of the other shelters, so I actually went and got that. But there was also some wood that I actually had in the van as well. Where I was planning on going over the weekend, there was no trees around, so basically it was a case of I'd actually bought a bag of wood. So just being honest, so I just sort of cut it up. It's perfect for this sort of thing. Really nice size for the actual stove as well. Wee bit worried about the stove jack, a few wee markings on it just with the actual heat, because today is quite windy. It keeps getting blown against the actual chimney itself, sort of idea. So just need to keep an eye on it and more thing. So I'm just gonna get this down me, warm myself up. Not much in the way of projects today, but I am, as I said, wanting to go for a little wander, and then as I said, tidying up and all that sort of things is going to be quite a sort of big job. But it was just really to sort of show you the sort of inside of it. Huge amount of room, huge amount of room. You can easily get 2 people in here without any problem at all. Now this actually has a section in it that you can have as well, which I've got in the bag, where you can actually have like a separate section with a midgie net or a bug net or whatever you want to call it. So it does have that. I just don't actually generally put it up. I prefer just sort of lying in it just the way I am just now. But as I said, just so impressed with it. It's great just with the actual heat I've got going just now. It's just actually drying off all the condensation that I was sort of saying there was earlier. Okay, so cheers. I'll catch up in a wee bit. This is the bit I'm probably most nervous about. I'm going to try scrambled eggs. I've never made scrambled eggs before, but what I've done is I've actually made a pre-mixed actual bottle instead of having to sort of break them in here. And then see how we go. Hey. Alright, so let's see what it tastes like. That is lovely. And again, it's so nice eating it with my own carved fork. We did whittling with the scouts on Friday night. We were making butter knives and everything. And we were all sort of discussing just how good it is to be able to sort of eat a meal with something you've actually made yourself. So it was great, kids absolutely loved it. So we're going to do it over stages just for Christmas presents for their parents. But really good. That was really nice with the chorizo through it. What a lovely coffee. Okay, I'm just going to finish this. So I've let the sort of wood burning stove sort of go down now, just so I could actually go for a wee walk. Now I'm going over to the actual camp just over at Doors where I do an awful lot of the cooking. Because as I said, storm sort of avenues have been coming through and hit hard around the local area, so I just want to see if the shelters actually survived. Also, just to warm up a little bit, as I said, I think it's -1 at the moment, but it feels a lot colder, just there's a little bit of a wind and just that sort of chill. The factors come in. The other thing I was looking for as well is a bit of deer activity. This is the sort of woodland before where I actually found sort of at the base of the trees, there'd actually been an awful lot of the sort of deer scraping away at the bottom of the trees just to sort of get to the roots, etc. But I've not seen anything, but as I said, there was lots and lots of deer around last night. Heard them calling most of the night. So as I said, we'll head over to camp and hopefully it's still actually there. As I was suspecting, so the shelter's down. It's completely collapsed. So I said, chair's okay and table's okay, but the shelter's just gone down. That's fine, gives me an opportunity to build something slightly different, which I've been sort of contemplating doing anyway, but it's still a bit of a shame. That's been a lovely shelter. The good thing is most of the actual sticks will still be there, but it's more just a case of the actual central part. That's fantastic, new project then. Right, I'm going to take you out and see one of my favourite views just in a wee second. But you can just see around here. Just fantastic. So just check that out. Just absolutely stunning. So I'm going to spend the next wee bit actually wandering around, because one of the things and one of the reasons why I actually brought wood into this particular trip again, obviously I had it in the van for the other trip, but it was more a case of there's not that much in the way of resources around here. So for me to build the sort of shelter I'm wanting to build, I'm going to have to do a wee bit of a wander to try and see what I can actually find. So I'm going to go off up into the hill and have a wee scout about, see if there is anything. And if there is anything there, I'll sort of show you, or if there is anything else from the point of view of that deer thing. I'd love to see that deer thing again, it's well impressive. Okay, so just going to head off up, gutted about the camp, but at the end of the day it is what it is. Just need to build a new one, so it's a new opportunity. So I didn't quite get as much videoing done this afternoon as I'd hoped. I was actually wandering around trying to find resources more than anything else, just trying to find out what type of shelter I'm going to be able to build in the next one. I think I'm going to have to stick with an A-frame. There just isn't the resources around here for me to be able to sort of build anything else. So we'll see how we go, but I look forward to that video. So I'll hopefully get that started reasonably soon. Talking of videos, the weather, I've finally got to this 5-day week, and for the last 3 weeks the weather on my days off have been absolutely terrible. So apologies for not getting any videos done. I've been out, I've been doing things and everything as well, but the weather's just been absolutely awful. But hopefully you've enjoyed this one. Going to draw it to an end now. Absolutely cold, but it's more a case of, just more than anything else, I've got an awful lot of stuff to get back to the actual van, so I'm going to start tearing down camp just now. Something I never ever video, it just takes so long and it's so boring. So we'll see you in the next video. As I said, if you have enjoyed it, please give it a wee like and a wee subscribe. It'd be very much appreciated. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.